I'm Malcolm Jolley for Good Food Revolution with Chef Suzanne Babby at the Gallery Grill at Hart House at the University of Toronto. The Gallery Grill is a unique Toronto institution, and Chef Babby has been here since the beginning in 1995. How did you end up cooking at Hart House at the Gallery Grill?
I had a call from Bob Snyderman, who was asked to be the consultant for a restaurant here in Hart House. And he said, "Are you interested?" And I was looking for something for daytime. I had 2 young children and knew that I just couldn't do the grind and nights and doubles anymore. And I said, "Sure, I'm interested. Sounds great." And we went from there.
Now, at first, I understand that they had soups and sandwiches in mind. It sounded like a bit more of a cafeteria,
Right.
but
Yeah.
this place has a reputation as a fine dining, elegant lunch space. How did that evolve?
Yeah, I'd say we're casual fine dining with that elegance, and it's such a beautiful spot. But sure, it started out the idea that, and what everyone thought the clientele would want is soups and sandwiches. But it turned out that people were looking for something different and looking for a little more than that. And I think that was already offered enough around in this area. So slowly but surely, I took chances, I guess, and I tried different things, and people were so receptive and welcoming. So just moved on from there.
And since the beginning of your tenure here, you've been known for your commitment to local foods, seasonal foods.
Mm-hmm.
Was that tough 15 years ago? Is it easier now? Is it the same?
The difference, for me, it's always been a natural thing. I think it just always made sense to me because it was always the best. I grew up, I guess, we had a garden in the backyard, that kind of thing, and I didn't really ever have to think about it that hard. Now, the difference now is that I don't need to work at it as much, for sure. You know, there are people saying, "Look what I've got available," and people who are coming forward and saying, "We're doing this now," and "We're doing this now," and so that's made it a lot easier. It's a lot easier to get in touch with people, whereas before I had to go looking a lot harder to find things. But now it's just seems to be all around. It's a great tool now.
Now, when we were talking before, you also mentioned that you didn't have a lot of space to store things in anyway, so you were sort of dealing with suppliers constantly. For those of our viewers who haven't been to the Gallery Grill, you're in this really neat spot overlooking the sort of main hall of Hart House, but it's maybe not a natural place for a restaurant or a restaurant kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you work and how do you manage?
Well, we have a little kitchen, and kitchens work better if they are made efficiently. So too much space would be a great thing, but sure, I could use a lot more space. The kitchen was originally a servery, so there was always a dining room here for Hart House. Years ago, it was private. And the food was all cooked downstairs and sent up a dumbwaiter. And we still use that dumbwaiter now, but the dumbwaiter's used just to bring our supplies up and down the stairs. We have a turret staircase that's hard to get things up and down from. So we have a tiny kitchen. We have 4 burners, a small grill, and 1.5 ovens. But we make do with what we've got, and slowly but surely I've taken a little more space from the front of the house and managed to get a couple more fridges in and that kind of thing.
And what are some of your more popular dishes?
Right now, very popular would be whitefish. We have lovely Georgian Bay whitefish on the menu. That seems to be really popular. I think fish does well in general here. It's lunch, so I think nice and a little lighter, easier to digest for people during the day. And but today, for instance, we sold a lot of rabbit meatballs, and so people seem to love the rabbit meatballs we have on the menu. I think depending on what the weather's like, right now the weather's really changing, so when it's warmer out we tend to have things that are more popular, the lighter things like the fish dishes, and if it's colder they'll go for the soups and then the braised dishes or the more the heavier things.
And you were saying that your desserts are also quite popular, more so than other spots.
Always surprises me. So I think people don't want to eat that much at lunch, but the desserts do really, really well, all of them. So, you know, whether it's chocolate or lemon or whatever I have on there, it seems to do really well.
Suzanne Babby, Gallery Grill at Hart House, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.